Good evening, everyone. Hey, Soleil. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Mr. Rogers. Y'all, tonight we're talking about him. We might be a little late talking about him, but we really wanted to get this started. Um, we're going to be talking about more. We're going to be more consistent. October is scary month, so we got a lot more stuff coming. But y'all, what the hell did I just watch? What in all the hell did I just watch?
Breaking
So,
up a little bit.
okay, what in all
Or
the
is
hell?
that me? Is
Closer
that
to
on
the
my?
mic. No, it might be me. Closer to the mic. What in all the hell did I just watch?
You watched a mid masterpiece.
Mr. Rogers, there you go. Mr. Rogers, you start because you had an interesting take on it. Yeah, go ahead.
I when I went to go see it, I was afraid that it was just going to be a whole bunch of Illuminati visuals, just a bunch of blood sacrifice here, demon horns here, and that was going to be it. But I was surprised to see that it kind of spoke to me on a way that I didn't think it was, because I played Pop Warner football growing up, and I seen parents go crazy on their kids when it comes to like football and or even AU basketball or whatever type of sports. It's like it's drilled in their head like this is the only thing that you can do. This is what is going to get us out the hood. Black guilt at its finest. And I feel like this movie kind of hit that nail. They didn't really drive into it, but it was there. And I enjoyed that aspect of it. I really enjoyed Marlon Wayne's performance. I thought he did a great job, and I always thought he was a good actor ever since I saw him in Requiem for a Dream.
Yes.
So to give him his flowers, to show everybody that he got acting chops, and he probably should have did the Richard Pryor biopic. This is something that I feel like is going to put him up there with other people, other great comedic actors like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and everybody that they just think is just funny. Not Chris Rock. I don't. There's always smoke with Chris Rock, but I enjoyed the movie for it. It did have all the Illuminati stuff in it, of course. Like that's the big draw. But I looked past that and I walked out pretty satisfied with it. Uh, some of the scenes did kind of drag on and went nowhere, and I was like, okay, what's next? Like what are we gonna do after here? After that. But I found out that they deleted a lot of scenes. Like they cut out some things. The shooting range was chopped up. The interview with they was doing when they all got all GQ'd and everything, that was chopped up. So I'm curious to see what the directorial cut looks like moving forward. But I enjoyed it. It's not an A for me, but it's like a B plus, a solid B, something that I can definitely watch again.
Joshua, go ahead.
Um,
Can you hear me?
Me. Okay. Yeah. It's just a little. It was a little laggy on me on my end. Maybe that's on me.
Okay,
Y'all
we
hear
can
me
hear
fine?
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
hear
Okay,
you
hear
great.
fine.
you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. So I thought it was me and Soleil actually saw it together, and I'm gonna say the same thing. If we're gonna grade it that way, I would give it maybe a C, maybe a C plus.
Mhm.
I was a little like so like I'm gonna give a take that I haven't people have looked at me crazy until I think I explained it. I think Marlon was a little miscast only in the sense that like I don't really think a black dude should have been doing that role. Like I think if you're gonna critique for me, and maybe this is just like what I wanted, but like I felt like if you're gonna critique the NFL and you're gonna have it be like you're gonna use like the winningest quarterback through a lens, it has to be a white guy, just because I'm like there isn't really it would almost be like
Tom
in the
Brady-ish.
metaphor I use is like, yeah, it would be like top, or even like if you look at like the list of top 10 quarterbacks, they're all white guys for the most part, except for maybe like Mahomes. I'm a football fan,
Mhm.
so it was just like I thought it was like a a great I wanted it to do a little bit more than it did, but like I also feel like it was like it's like almost using like my comparison is like if you were gonna make a movie about the modeling industry in the same way that I feel like this was about football as an entertainment industry, like the most decorate, like it's such a European thing. It's such a like white dominated and white centric thing. Like it almost has to be like a white model who was like the most decorated, because that like it for me, because it didn't really, because it like it didn't, I don't know, it was missing something for me in that, because I just didn't, firstly I didn't buy into it from that angle, and then secondly I was confused by like, I was just like, wait, he's the greatest quarterback prospect in college, and then he skipped the combine, and then he tanks, and then he goes to this camp, and they're like, okay, we'll take him if he goes to camp. I'm like, that doesn't, I couldn't see that happening in real football life either.
Mhm.
So I was just, that it kind of just took me off guard, or not
So-
off guard.
I got a rebuttable for that, but we can keep
Yeah,
going.
let's Soleil first, and then I want to give my overview, and then I want Mr. Rogers to rebut that. So go ahead, because I actually have a rebuttal for that too. That's interesting take, Joshua. Go ahead, Soleil.
For me personally, I do not know football like that. I really don't. So when it comes to that aspect, I don't really think I can. I don't think that I have the most insight on that, so I won't really touch it. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with the fact that they used a black man and centered him in the movie, because at the end of the day, black faces are the ones that are being put in the forefront for these specific sports. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even if Tom Brady or whoever is still the white face, and you know, even though he's the best quarterback, or I don't know shit, I really don't. But if we're talking about what we normally see, it's always black faces, black men, and they're the ones who are affected the most by CTE. It, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're the ones who mainly go through this, and 9 times out of 10 will probably not have as much resources as their white counterparts. So the fact that we put these 2 black men up on this screen to talk about this particular issue, I don't think that it was a problem. But again, I don't know shit about football, so whatever. I really don't. As far as Marlon Wayne's casting, I think it was pretty good, honestly. For me, I would say I think the movie has so much potential. There was so much potential in it. Because the way that I went into it, personally, I wasn't thinking about the Illuminati. I can see how you got that, but for me, I didn't see that. What I thought it was going to be just like kind of like a horror-filled, would you call it Afrofuturism type of movie about CTE? I thought that there was so much commentary that they kind of just skipped over a little bit, or didn't really, or they just kind of left up in the air. That got on my nerves, because I'm like, again, this movie has so much potential. There's so much that y'all can say, but it's just falling flat in so many spaces, especially in the end. That's where I was like, what is happening?
That's when the Illuminati really got kicked up.
I was confused, but yeah. But other than that, like cinematically, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was. I scare easy, but I love horror. I love horror films. I really do. So I love shit like that. I thought it was really interesting, and I love the abstract part of it. Like it was just, I don't know. I just feel like there was so much in it that you could talk about and look at and be just distracted by, I guess. But as far as the story goes, I don't think it was as strong as it could have been. Not with the way that they were putting it out there, especially when they kept putting Jordan Peele. It's not his movie.
Not his movie.
I was, oh my god, I was so mad about that. But yeah, I was really mad about that.
A couple of things. I loved it cinematically. The cinematography was beautiful. That was amazing. I loved Marlon Wayans in it. I actually think his acting, I agree with Jay on this, that Requiem for a Dream is so good, and I love seeing him in his serious roles. So I actually liked seeing him in this. I actually think his acting was very good in this. But besides that, like with him, with what Joshua was saying, because this was a young kid from not the most prevalent, most richest aspect, I feel like that's another reason why he did look up to Marlon Wayans, because Tyreek, what's his name, is black.
Reddish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this young black kid that looked like he was from a trailer park or whatever, that looking up to Isaiah, it made
So was he supposed to be? See, I thought he was also supposed to be like this quarterback, like Patrick Mahomes, like these. It's also like a crop of like middle class.
Yeah.
See, like middle class black athletes that that I thought he
Okay.
was speaking to, as opposed to like, and I do agree with you, Soleil, that we are black men are typically like the ones who get CTE the worst.
Mhm.
But if you look at there is definitely a hierarchy amongst like there's like NFL ownership, and then there's like the coaches, and then there's like quarterbacks, and then there's like the rest of the players. So so that's why I was saying like it's not really a I don't want to say fair comparison, but for me it just didn't feel real to life in
real
a way.
authentic to you.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, I thought, but that's also I think what I wanted from the film too.
The end I did kind of have an issue with, because his mother and his family did mean a lot to him. So I wish after all of this and he killed everybody, I was like, are you gonna go?
Where's everybody?
Where is everybody?
Right.
How are we gonna explain this?
Yeah, what is going on? Like, that's why I was like, is this a
Your
metaphor?
arm is broke.
Or-
What happened? Did you go back and now you're a and commentator? What are you doing now? Like, that's what I wanted to know.
You're
at the
sure gonna
end.
be arrested.
So right, or are you going to be arrested for murder? Like, what's happening?
That's what made Get Out so what's the word I'm looking for? Polarizing, because of the fact that at the end of it, we just like, this nigga going to jail. The lights is out. This nigga's either about to get shot. Best case scenario, he's going to jail for life. But then it was TS motherfucking A, and everybody was like, hell yeah, we were clapping.
Yes,
We didn't get that moment.
we didn't get that moment. I totally agree with that.
That's what really kind of threw it back. But when it came to him, the whole reason is like, when it comes to black quarterbacks, you know how quick in real life they give up on us.
No, agreed.
Prime example is Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield career should have been dead in the dirt. And I know y'all don't know a lot about football, but let's like, Baker Mayfield was a top quarterback coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
White quarterback coming out of college. He was talking shit. He was cocky.
Yeah.
All that stuff that they don't want us to be, because they treating Shedeur Sanders like crazy right now. He goes to the Cleveland Browns, which is the worst team in the league. Been there for 50 years, 50, 60 years. They've never been good for the most part. They had a couple playoff runs, whatever. He gives them their first playoff win in like, 20 years or something like that?
Forever, yeah.
The next year, he's had some problems. He gets booted. He goes to another team, sucks at that team. He goes to another team, do all right. But now they done gave him 3 chances. And he's now a top quarterback in the league again, right? With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Flip side, Teddy Bridgewater has a good solid career, tears his knee all the way up to the bone. He hasn't been the same since. And it's not because he can't play anymore. It's just they don't give them that same type of grace.
And correct me if I'm wrong, not to get into a sports thing, but it was Justin Herbert that replaced Teddy Bridgewater, right? I think, but look at Geno Smith. Geno Smith has been on. This is like Geno Smith's 6th team. He's, you know what I'm saying, he's got a chance.
It took a minute. It took a minute,
but I guess.
But my point though is that my point though is the chances. Like, he was coming out of college, he gets this brain injury, and now you hear the commentator say he's damaged goods. And then since he didn't do the combine, that dropped him. Shedeur Sanders was perfect coming out of college. He didn't do the combine and he was cocky, dropped him. He's with the Cleveland Browns now. So so that's the whole point. And I feel like the reason Marlon Wayans is black is because in our culture, every time somebody makes some type of success, what the first thing we say? Well, a lot of conspiracy heads say, "Oh, you must have did Illuminati. You must have joined the Illuminati." Kanye West done sacrifice his mama to get the success that he got. Jay-Z is on some Kanye, Dame Dash, sacrifice Aaliyah. Like, that's the commentary we have in our culture. So it makes sense for Marlon Wayans to be the greatest quarterback ever. He had to do something. You're not just gonna give him these. He's not just gonna be great out there. And then I think in the beginning of the terrible CGI graphics they had for the football game.
But I was also confused at the other because it was it was apparently like, so is this the most winning franchise because they were the blood
It gotta
was
be.
Gotta be.
That's one thing I would. That's the only thing I didn't like.
That's what I didn't understand.
I was like, it should have been a different team.
Yeah, or
so
something.
They could take turns.
Fight for him, but fight for him back and forth or something like that. So, so when. What did y'all think throughout this movie? All of a sudden, this man gets hit in the head. And then the next thing you know, he's shipped to Marlon Wayans to this compound.
Oh my God, that hell out of me. I'm like, you know
where did he come from?
Yeah.
And he was like so calm when talking to Marlon. Like, this is your hero. This is your hero. Like. He's like, oh my God, I'm standing. So he was trying to play it cool, but I was like, wait a minute. If I almost thought this was Fight Club. I don't know if y'all know the movie Fight Club. It's from the 90s. But I said, is this his alter ego? Is he still in the hospital? Like, what's happening?
Really
they set it up. They had the breadcrumbs for it, you know.
Yeah, that would have been really interesting.
I thought it was Fight Club for a while until there are certain things that I was like, wait a minute, is this Fight Club? Because he's going through all of these things mentally. He's gotten hit in the head. And then I said, oh my gosh, it was the Illuminati, or it was the wife and the whole team that got him hit in the head and shipped him to this place. What did you guys think? Let's go through these rituals. What did you guys think of these rituals?
Maybe if he was a wide receiver. Marlon didn't convince me as a quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't.
Joshua is stuck on this.
Yeah, I think about the black quarterbacks.
It's just, I don't know.
I get what you're saying, because it's like you don't. Most black quarterbacks will get one Super Bowl ring. Patrick Mahomes, I think,
he had
only get like
7 or 8 rings.
Yeah, 8 rings.
I counted it. It was 8 rings.
8 rings.
So I get it.
Crazy.
It's harder, but I think it's supposed to be embellished.
Okay.
And also it was, to me, like he did whatever he could after, especially during that injury, to get back on the field. As a young black kid, he had to make the money. He had to get back on that field. So that's what I thought I took from it. Like, no matter what, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep winning. No matter if your body's broken up and you're done. You got.
I want to say I know you were saying something about the parents, him really loving his mom and dad, but I want to say they was in on it too, because I want to say he was in on it. This is my reasoning. You remember when he was gonna do the combine, but then then the mom and the brother get into the argument while the brother, for some reason, cutting his hair. He didn't need a haircut, and then he gets near the staple and he snatched staples out. He can't play now because he got to get resold and everything. He missed his slot, so he couldn't do anything. So, like, are y'all helping them?
Okay, so that's what it was.
Getting him to the camp.
Didn't his mom say something? I know his girlfriend said something. His girlfriend was like, "You don't have to do this if you don't."
We talked about that. So to me,
the girlfriend was the only one like that.
Yes,
but I was saying, like, of course you're saying that while you're in the midst of having the greatest night of your life, like, oh yeah, we're good. You don't have to do this. And then, like, you're gonna have that same energy when he's doing something else.
So, like,
I'm not saying
while she's on top of him and kissing him, I love you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this. We don't have to do this.
She was saying, like, you don't have to do this. I mean, she seemed like she was down for him. I mean, what else do you want to do? This is a great night. They're really excited about it, but at the same time, his safety is more important. So she spoke up. We didn't get else from her, so we wouldn't know.
We don't know because they cut her out. That was her 5 minutes.
That was her 5 minutes.
What I would just say that is, it's a lot of athletes who are going through a lot of stuff right now. Maybe because the relationship just didn't turn out well. Maybe the stress got to them or whatever the case may be. But the paradise kind of goes out as soon as that money start flowing and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know. It's up in the air.
Unless he's going to be a commentator or something else, unless she knows what that next step is, she's just saying that and like kikiing in his ear. To me, that's an interesting take. The parents,
Soleil's face is crazy. She's like, I don't agree with that shit at all.
I don't know. I was like,
I'm not giving her no faith. It's really crazy. Like, what? That is so crazy. not
I was
me.
like,
It's not that I'm not giving her faith. It's just this whole movie, it just seemed like everybody was against him, but for him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like they for him when he's making the decision that's gonna make their lives better.
I mean,
But
but listen, they made it very clear. Well, I'm sure that I know his mom said something and his girlfriend said something like, you don't have to do this. He's the one that made the decision to continue to go out and go to this compound with
yeah,
Marlon. He made that decision. There's only
Yeah.
so much people can do. He's a grown ass man.
he is a grown ass man.
grown
He
ass
is.
man, by the way. Yeah.
I don't know. I said, everybody's on that take about the parents being in on it. I thought that was interesting because I was like, and to y'all's point, there's so I wanted more because I was like, wait a minute. It was that little cut. He did not need a haircut. They were all fussing over him. And mentally he needed to prepare himself. And the next thing you know, they get in an argument and one of the staples comes out. I'm like, wait a minute, was that? And now, of course, he's bleeding. Now he can't show up to the I thought it was like he couldn't show up to the press run.
Yeah, I thought that I mean, because in real life he wouldn't be able to play like you said. That was kind of weird to me. Again, reiterating, I don't know.
Because they was asking, they were like, "Are you gonna do it?" Because they kept asking the
manager,
the agent, is he gonna play? And he said something. He did some dumbass analogy, like basically saying, "Yeah." It was like, does a polar bear shit in the woods or something like that. He said something stupid like that.
He kept saying stuff just to pacify them.
Yeah.
What did y'all think? Go ahead, Soleil.
I do think it's a conversation about kind of like how America utilizes Black bodies.
Mm-hmm.
How they basically just, I'm trying to use the right word for it, but I mean, can we use the word cattle? Can we basically use the word?
Yeah. It was
like,
a conversation about 5-6 years ago about that.
Yeah, you absolutely can use cattle.
Mm-hmm. The part, there was a part that it made me really emotional. I think it was the part when like they were examining him. I was like, ooh, this is making
when he got naked. Yeah.
I was like, it's mad uncomfortable. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that. I guess that's part of the. Does he have to be fully naked to do all that shit?
Yeah, well, just like a boxer, they have to get truly weighed in. Yeah, I did, but you're right. It was kind of like jarring, like, oh, it took him by surprise, but he knew that he had to get naked. He knew he had to get weighed in. The boxers got to get weighed in, and they have. That
was the way they did it, and this one was kind of a different situation though. It was like you were in the middle of the training facility, you got people on the other side, and it was like, yeah, drop down to your ass and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was a little different.
Yeah.
I definitely think a lot of these things were like pushed in extreme. What did you guys think of the rituals? It
was. You talking about the one at the party or the one?
The first ritual where the white guys getting like punched in the head on one hand, and they're measuring how fast he's throwing this missile.
Oh my god! The part when they were hitting him with the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
That made me so uncomfortable. I was like, "What the hell is happening?"
Oh, that's too slow. And then he got up happy as hell because he felt like he done made the team and shit. And it was just like, that's sacrifice. They try to make it seem like this is just a sacrifice thing. Like it's sacrifices you make to make the team. And don't get me wrong, there's almost 1 million kids coming out of college, and there's 32 teams, 53-man rosters, whatever math that is. No, it's not enough for everybody to make the team and stuff like that. So you have to go above and beyond all the time just to get noticed. That's not it. that's not it. You shouldn't have to put yourself through any type of physical damage to do that. But some people, they feel like this is the only thing they have. Like, and that goes back to my point of it being drilled in their head as a kid that this is the only thing you can do. It reminded me of Friday Night Lights, where old boy broke his leg and he was like, "All I know is football, Dad. What the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, what? You trained me since I was a kid to just run the ball. I ain't had to worry about school. I ain't had to worry about nothing because you told me I was going to the league. Now what?" And it's just, There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. We're losing everybody.
Losing everybody. I got the AT&T fiber optic.
Exactly. Hold on a second. So yeah, I just felt like that too. Like there was nothing he can do, and these rituals were part of that. These rituals, okay. Joshua, you back? Okay, and now Soleil, come on back. Come on back. Okay, good. Yeah, there's nothing. So that's all they knew was these rituals. I mean, not the rituals. That's all he knew was football. So this guy was so happy that we're talking about the rituals, Joshua. We're talking about the first one that was jarring, Soleil. This man just getting hit in the head, and so this was the first ritual. So I feel like he didn't know what he was in for. You know what I mean? And so he'd gone through a series of different things, and I want to know but we can go through all the different rituals. At what point did you guys realize he's starting to get it? Like, I got to get the F out of here. I got to get the fuck out of here. What point did because at some point he realized, oh, this is it.
It wasn't until
Wait, Soleil, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
It took him way too goddamn long to get out of that house.
Yeah.
What? The way that he was acting, I don't know, but I understand.
So going back, you got the ritual with the throwing the ball, the gun shooting, the shooting range. But before that, there was several different things that they had put him through, and then the Jim Jeffries show, which was the comedian guy shooting him up. I was like,
yeah,
there were so many different aspects to your guys' point that they could have touched on a little bit more. The drug aspect, the crucifying of black bodies, as Soleil said earlier. What other rituals were there?
So I had written this down, like, so I wanted was, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said something's wrong with the link right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to go into the link.
Okay, where should I wait?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Going.
What? Maybe it's YouTube because it pulled up and now it's got a black screen.
I see. Let me try to mute this because sorry, you guys. Hold on one second.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm seeing an error. Let me refresh. Okay, hold on. I refreshed. We're coming back. Keep talking, Soleil. What were you? Sorry, Joshua. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So no, I was saying like what I wanted was like the film to be a commentary or just a commentary on masculinity that is handed down under the guise of athletics, or masculinity that is handed down, through athletics, which sometimes looks like brutality and like a slave mentality a lot of times. But I feel like I got like a very dreamy kind of lament on sacrifice and like a weird kind of like blood oath type of thing. It's like some like it, for me, it didn't hit the points that I wanted it to hit. But it hit some other stuff which I thought was cool. But ultimately I was just like, all right.
I agree with you. I agree. It did hit on that, just like that blood oath type of stuff, and like nothing else matters but football and all of these things. But it didn't. But there was more that it could have said about. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
So here's the scene that did it for me. When they was all doing the interviews and everything, and it broke down to where Tariq Ritter started talking about his father and how he told him on the field that he was done with football.
Yeah.
He told him he was done with football because they showed how he was getting tough. That he was like, his dad was like really riding him this, that, and third. And he said he was done with football. And he said a month later, he was dead. So now he's on the field for his dad.
Yeah.
They killed that man. They sacrificed him so he can get back on the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I took it. That's how I feel. And you can just see how that really embedded in him to where it was like, I have to, because he said himself, he's like, I play for him. And then you go to, and then you saw in the beginning of the movie, they have like a whole shrine to his dad. I thought this man died in Iraq or something. Like it was like,
because it was
because it was just like,
yes,
he got the flag.
They had the army stuff at his
the army flag was there.
Yeah.
I thought he died in Iraq, but like no, he died a month after he told him he was done with football. And then you see the picture of him with the owner of the team and how he was pretty much grooming the next chosen one.
Yes,
the entire time. So it's like, so that went away from their plan if they were like, well, if he's done with football, what do we need you for? You know, and that's.
But I was watching that with my shorty, and I said that I was just like, I felt like that scene should have been earlier in the film, because that scene is like toward the end. If y'all, that was actually one of my favorite scenes. Like it's like, because I thought, I was just like, until I was like, okay, it was cool, but until he started breaking down, I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of do like his character now a little bit, because before that he felt kind of cardboard to me a little bit. Like the scene where he was kind of breaking down and he said, I do this for my dad, and his heart wasn't really in it. I was like, okay, cool, but I felt like, I mean, if the movie's 90 minutes, I felt like that was like minute 65, 70. If that had been in like the first 30, 40, I'm like, okay, cool, this movie makes a little bit more sense to me.
I get that.
Okay, I want to talk about that, because that scene, I wrote that scene down too. I loved that scene as well, that he was talking about his father and everything. That scene was very pivotal. And also it was the Last Supper. Did you see that?
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good. That was really good.
But I didn't know that I thought his father died in
I didn't get the they sacrificed him thing. How'd you get, because of there?
When they showed the picture of him, when he finally see that his dad was with him, the picture of the owner. It's a grooming mindset. It's the whole AAU.
Owner was shaking a dad's hand.
Pop Warner scene is a grooming mindset. We are most of our brothers and sisters of real life are raising kids to live vicariously through them.
Yeah,
they didn't make it in high school. Their son is going to play football. You have fathers that brag about how they put a basketball in their kid's hand the moment they start walking or the moment that they're born and stuff like that. So the whole grooming mindset of getting them to the league, getting them to do this dad more. And then in the beginning of the movie, he put the helmet on him. He put the shoulder pads on him. And he's like, "You're going to be him. You're going to be him. Don't look away from the brutalness of the game and everything." So why wouldn't he be like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get my son in the league. He met the owner. He went to he probably signed like a pack or whatever. And they say that they handpick people. Like they would say like when he was in the war room or whatever. He was like, "This has been used since birth. You've been taking my blood. This is gonna be you." So if he was to go step away from the game, he has to have a tether to the game. Losing his father was his tether,
right?
Because that's all he knew about his father is football.
It's football.
That was their relationship. So he said himself, he's like, "I play for my father."
No, you have a wow, because you're right. I do remember this scene where you see and he kept looking back. The camera kept panning back to the little boy with the dad with the owner. I definitely saw that, but I still, and he said, "My dad died a month after I said I was done with the game. It's not fun for me anymore."
It's very convenient. Very convenient. The Illuminati works in mysterious ways.
Well, Soleil, go ahead. What do you got to say? Get closer.
It's breaking up.
It's breaking up, Soleil.
Probably go back to the headphones.
Headphones. Do you have headphones? There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Say it again. No, you're underwater.
Is it like sitting on something?
Yeah. Get it closer to you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I was sitting on my space. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
My bad. But I was saying that they basically said that at the end of the movie, so I can see why everybody is like, "Oh, I can see that they probably set him up," because I didn't even think about that. But at the end of the movie, the manager was basically like, "You know that he said it verbatim. We set you
Mm.
up for all of this.
Mhm.
I didn't even think about the fact that they might have killed off the dad.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that.
And I
That actually
do
makes a whole lot of sense too. That makes a whole lot of sense how they was probably just like, okay, if we get this man out of the way, it would make it a whole lot easier for us to manipulate this young black man. It would be a lot easier to pretty much get him to do whatever we want him to do, blah, 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 X, Y, Z. So yeah, I can see how y'all came up with that. For sure.
And have the mom involved too, and have the mom have the mother and brother part of it.
I don't think that they're involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a stretch for me too, Soleil. I know I agree with you on that
Again,
one.
I like the theory, but I do think that is what they were going for. But I'm just like I don't feel like they. I feel like they left.
It could not. I don't have a lot of evidence.
No,
I don't have a lot of
agree
evidence
with
for the
that's what
mom,
we're going
but
for. Like it's definitely
yeah.
like the sacrifice, like the picture at the end, like the picture with the dad shaking the hand of the guy. But it all feels so random at the end that I'm just like
that
you know
ending
what I mean? Like I don't
is
feel like
what's
they,
really
I
like
definitely
back.
think that was what they were going for. But at the end too, it's just like he walks out and I'm just like, man, you just killed like 6 white millionaires or just like 6 millionaires in general. Like when is that going to be? You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to see.
And a model.
What's and a model.
Oh my God! Speaking of, what was her name? Is her name
Julia Fox?
Yeah, I thought that part was just. I didn't like that part at all.
Character, like her character, got on my nerves.
I don't think only one movie I've already seen. Well, she was in this show called Extraordinary. She did all right, but she was in Uncut Gems, and that's what like really discovered her. And that dude, I liked her, but then she showed up with Kanye one day, and it just went all kind of like just downhill after that shit. It was just you weird. You a little weird.
Wrong. Like she seems like she has a pretty cool personality, but in this movie, to me, I don't. I was trying to figure out like what are they trying to say?
What's the archetype?
At the end,
that's
at
real.
The end, oh my God! At the end, when she tried to take over, I do think that was pretty obvious commentary where she tried to take over and she fell and slipped herself on the knife. I was like, well,
yeah.
I actually liked that part. I was like, I liked a lot of parts. I actually liked a lot of.
I was in the movie. I was like, she about to fall. I
liked a lot of the parts of the movie, but when I said, "Oh, she fell," I said,
"Oh, she fell." Crystal.
That's hilarious.
Like, goddamn.
That's what I thought. Well, goddamn.
My thing is, buddy, Tim Heidecker was the Heidecker. That's his name. He was the man agent or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. He trying to get service instead of running. He's under the table trying to get service. Like, who are you gonna call? Y'all out here doing some. You call your cleaner? Because I know you ain't calling the police.
Do you think that Cameron Cade was easily manipulated, naive, easily manipulated?
Wasn't he
to be part of the? Because he wanted to be a football player, but I think, for instance, I'm gonna give you the reason I asked that question. When the model, and she's an ex-model, the wife that we're talking about. Yeah. She said, "Hey, you want to go out? We're all going out, this, that, and the other." And he said, "Nope, I got to get some rest." And he said, "Well, I don't want to be, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but they're trying to sign you." It didn't take him much to like, okay, well, you should have started with that.
All right, bet. Throwing up this.
I do feel like he was a bit of a weak protagonist. I don't think that. I think that was like just on the writing, like in the sense that, like, again, I felt like that scene where he said, I only do this for I don't even want to do this anymore, was very powerful, but it was at the end because it kind of did show some depth in him. But before that, it is kind of like all of his decisions are just like, well, this good football, so I do that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, I guess, because it's like, he's just like it's just like all of his reactions are kind of like subdued. And it's just like, all right, I guess, like you're supposed to be a leader of men, just
going with
as
the
a football
flow
player, but you are also like, kind of just going
naive
with the flow here, or not making any decisions at all.
It felt like it was a build-up of that, though, because in the beginning, I do think that he went from being naive to, I mean, he went from being naive to killing people. So, I mean, it's
the moment he changed was when it was at the gun range. Well, I want to say without the
Yeah,
gun range,
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, I think he made like a bet. He was like, I just come for your spot, and you like
Yeah,
that way you
yeah,
saw the
yeah,
cockiness and stuff started to come
yeah.
out and everything. I went back and watched the trailer after I watched the movie. Apparently, the person he shot, he goes out there and pulled the mask off, and it's him. So it's like he's supposed to like killing a part of himself or
Oh, I
something
like
like that.
that.
That was in the trailer, and I'm like, why did they cut that from the
Why they
movie?
Yeah,
cut
that would have been
that?
good. Yeah.
That would have made more sense, you know, like
Yeah.
So
I don't
okay, so to me,
Mhm,
they wanted to give the impression that the person he shot was that lady. That
mhm.
lady that
Yeah,
kept saying, "We don't
yeah,
want
the crazy chick.
Oh, the
Yeah.
That
crazy
also took me out of it completely
Or
too.
one
I'm
of
just
the
like, well,
twins or whatever.
you just saw him kill this lady, and you're just chill about this.
Oh my god!
Like after you made it, she was like, you made out with her, and then you killed her, and then he's just like, all right, I guess just
You also saw his superhuman
go work
strength, how he
out.
threw her ass into that wall. I said, damn.
Yeah. It's like,
I agree, though. I think that was the turning point. Well, there were several things. He's like, "What the hell is going on? I'm so confused." But
Mhm.
that was his turning point to say, "I got to get the fuck out of here. There's something's
Yeah.
going on."
He was about
I
to go
think-
too, ain't it?
I honestly feel like not the turning point of when he felt like he needed to get out of there, but I genuinely feel like the turning point was that first part when they were doing the football and they were hitting old dude or whatever.
Mhm.
Personally, I think it was there because that was when you could see him. First of all, I feel like that was kind of a conversation about like how much pressure is put on them because he
Mhm.
basically was just like, if you don't do something, this man is gonna die. And
Yeah.
so that's when you could see him turning around like, what the fuck are y'all
That
doing?
is true. That is true.
Like,
Because the
I think that was
next
the start of it.
the next scene is when they was doing the bully in the ring, which is a drill where you know everybody coming at that one person and you gotta either push, you gotta knock them out, or if you get knocked down, you get up, you start all over again.
Mhm.
So you remember when the dude came towards him and they cut the X-ray and it made it look like he got hit,
Yeah,
but it was really him. And he was like, "Bro, come get your dad, come get your homeboy up." I said,
yeah,
"Oh,
I thought that
he
was
talking
I thought
shit."
that was gorgeous. I thought it was
Yeah.
graphic. It made my stomach hurt a little bit, but I thought that part was like
shit.
very well executed.
Yeah, that was cool as shit.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good
But
one. I said,
that's
that's the violence. That's the violence of the game.
Ed body alert.
yeah. That second ritual, that was, and then they're all excited and they're all like around him, and he's got his that guy's on the ground.
A little bit. It's pretty.
Bro,
It's pretty. That's a graphic scene.
That was
that
graphic.
is very graphic.
Yeah.
Seeing
It
that
is
in real
sad.
life was graphic. Seeing Tua do that
Yes.
shit in prime time, the Miami Dolphins quarterback, he did that a
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Yeah,
was-
and
he
the
was
guy from
seasoned up
Buffalo
on the
too. We
field.
thought who legit
That,
I think died on the
he
field. or
died.
something.
He
Yeah,
died on the
and it
field.
said he got It's yeah.
Is brutal.
That's brutal. And so to see that and then to realize, oh, wait a minute, that's me. I'm the one that's cheering. I'm the one.
Mhm.
I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, either his mentally he's changing and
Mhm.
he's becoming Marlon Wayans.
That's
Okay.
why I thought the CTE was kicking in. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
So so speaking of becoming Marlon Wayans, what did you guys think about the blood, the transfusion parts where he's now getting Isaiah's blood? What did you guys think of that?
that was
Becoming
Oh
he's
my
becoming him.
I just can't get over I can't get over the way that he was written to just not have no
Yeah.
confidence. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
about to fuck me with your blood? What?
yeah.
What are we talking
I
about?
mean, not gonna hold you. Old boy was coming in with some drive-by shots though. Like he was just like, like he was. It wasn't like he was like, "Hey, all right, it's time for your shot." Da, da, da. He was just like, every time something happened, he just came, nicked him,
Yeah.
and then walked the fuck off. It was like,
That guy freaked me.
now
the
I gotta
fuck out.
leave. I gotta
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, did you? Oh yeah, here's for the pain. What the hell? And he did.
I didn't even ask for
And
this.
but he was also just super chill about it. He wasn't like, "Hey man, what did you?" You know what I'm saying? He was just like, "All right, I guess."
This
He,
But
could,
okay,
he
so
definitely
this
could have.
is
He could have barked back a little bit more. Definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think in his head, he's like, I'm here. I'm in prison. Like he's like, he didn't know what the heck's happening. So he's like, okay, this is steroids. I don't know what's going on, but okay, this is what's going on. And then okay, the Russian roulette scene, Marlon Wayans with this gun in his mouth was another scene.
That was disturbing.
Yeah.
He spit on the damn gun. I was like, oh
yeah, it was a little bit too much for me.
And then he's pointing the gun at the guy. It's like, if you're afraid not to, if you don't want to cheat on your wife, then or your girlfriend, you in the wrong business. I was like, what is
what?
I hate when they always do that to justify their cheating and shit.
Right.
I feel like rappers do that. I feel like rappers do that. I feel like millionaires do that. I'm like, yeah, if you don't want to make sacrifices and fuck a floozy every now and then, you in the wrong business. Like,
right?
What? No, I'm not doing that.
Take that gun out of your mouth, sir.
You're not here for. You're not here, Junior.
Yeah.
Don't call me Junior because I don't want to cheat on my wife.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm sorry. I had to switch from my phone to my laptop.
That's perfect. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Joshua?
No, I was going to say, I'm on the fence about the Marlon Wayans performance. I don't think it was necessarily bad, but I do think it was a little, I think the word I'm going to use is like ham. It was a little like,
interesting.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was, I didn't think it was bad, but I did think it was like, he was
a little,
you know
over the top.
Saying? Yeah, a little over the top.
Okay. I feel you.
Okay.
There were some parts where it was giving.
It was never quite Denzel in Training Day.
It was just spitting on the gun.
Go ahead. What were you going to say, Soleil? Go ahead, Soleil.
I said there were some. I felt like there were some parts where it was giving Scary Movie.
Really?
Sir. I'm not supposed to be laughing. You're supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually liked him in this. I liked his acting in this. I did think like the gun scene that was too much. But
I think that would have been too much for anybody. Like Denzel spitting on the gun would have been like, oh Denzel, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't think Denzel would have.
But he played that part of just like this is what you're in for. You live and die. Yeah. You're gonna kill for football. You're gonna die for football. Your body's gonna be broken up, and that's it. And then I gotta say also one of I have a couple things about this last scene, about this fight scene, but him saying, because he kept saying, nah, I'll stay. No, I'm gonna go watch tape. When he was about to leave the sauna, I'm gonna go watch tape. When he was the first scene, when he's doing the blood transfusion, when Jim Jeffries is giving him the blood transfusion, I'm gonna go watch tape. And when he's in that ice bath, when the wife is taking him to the club, I'm gonna go watch tape. I said something's going on in this tape room.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah,
I just don't remember. I'm sorry.
It was just saying he's going to see tape. Yeah, he was always going to watch tape, and people say that. I mean, they're going to watch film footage, game footage to get up on the next on the competition, this, that, and third. And it's basically he was just watching people cheer for him.
Yes,
that's what it was. Like he just addicted to the cheering.
So that's all the tape was.
Yeah, it was just a mural up top, and he'll sit there. And it was just crowds just cheering for him.
So
that's interesting.
So I feel like this was also a take on like, and then it said this, like I'm gonna kill you if you don't, if you want my spot, then you're gonna kill for my spot. Like he's so in love with the accolades, so in love with the people cheering for him that he was not going to give it up and you're going to have to kill me to give this up. Yeah. So I feel like that's what this was also a take on that. Like the next person that wants this spot and stuff like that, they let a lot of these guys, like you said, Jay, to come in and take over. But sometimes with these young black players, it's not easy. It's not easy.
I feel like another thing that probably would have made this movie a little bit better if they would have had like some little. They probably couldn't really squeeze it in, but if they would have had some type of acknowledgement of another top prospect a year prior disappearing or something like that, saying that he went through the same process but he failed, and Marlon killed him, so they like covered up his death by getting into like a car accident or some shit like that. Yeah. I feel like that would have been a
great idea. I think that's a great idea, but it sounds way too close to Get Out.
It
That's
sounds way
also
too
true.
close to.
That's yeah.
Mhm.
At that
But I
point.
do-
Atlanta might have been something like that.
That's
But I
probably
do-
why.
Also, you saw the football the mentors around, right? The
Mhm.
jerseys with the mentors. I also was like, okay, so who was your previous mentor? I was like, okay, if we don't know who was the previous guy, that
Mhm.
this has to happen. This is not the first time Marlon Wayne's character Isaiah did this. So we're
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
see who else.
That's why I said it should have been different
Why?
teams.
Then I want to
That's-
know, well, who was your previous mentor that's like dead
Or
in
the
that
camp.
jersey?
Yeah, and why is that's also
Yeah.
the thing that took me. I'm just like, so if this guy is gonna skip the combine and then be in but he's gonna go to the Tom Brady camp, and then the team is gonna then take a chance on him. It's just like, so yeah, I want to see like the prospect from last year or something. I need something to give me more, because it just didn't land for me.
Well, they already knew he was gonna be the Tom Brady. That's why they bust his damn head to the white meat, because they were like, we got to make sure he don't go to another team.
Right.
Okay,
You know what I'm
you're
saying? Because if he
they-
would have went,
To the white meat.
if he would, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have did a combine. He would have been the number one pick or whatever. They're coming off a stellar season. They don't have the number one pick. He had to
Yeah.
fall to them, so that's why they set the whole thing up to where he couldn't do the combine. He couldn't perform well.
They didn't know about the
drop
haircut.
whatever.
I think they might have. They knew.
They-
They seemed like
they-
they knew about
No, I
everything.
see what you're saying, but I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, but I can see what you're saying too.
Yeah.
But that it's a little, they didn't set it up quite right. But I do okay. So
You know what
you're
I'm saying?
saying
Like
that's what it was. They set up the whole thing the whole time.
the
So
the entire thing was set up. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and
Money talk. They probably can pay analysts to be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's not gonna be as good as he was. He had a whole concussion. You know, he's not gonna do it." And then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
probably
the
got some
whole-
other the whole
That's-
you know.
I was also looking at it, and the mom was like, "Don't worry, baby, we'll get a second opinion." I'm like, "A second opinion on
second-
what?"
Oh, the concussion. His brain is swole.
right. And that's what she said. She said his brain
That's
is
why I said she was in on it. That's why I said she was in on it. She talking about you can still play. Like what?
It's like what?
Mama, I can have a whole seizure. I can die on the field.
Right.
Am I still playing?
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that the mom was in on it, but I feel like they were trying to get that. Some of them could have been, but it could have been. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I think that they were just eager. Maybe they were just honestly. I think that they were just eager.
Yeah.
They
Could
were
be.
just eager,
But
but that doesn't excuse it at all. At all.
No, that's terrible.
The sad thing is we don't know because of how it
It's
ended.
terrible parenting. It is very much so.
The sad thing is we don't know because of how it ended. It just ended with him walking
Yeah.
bloody and with broken
I
arm.
wanted more. As soon as I saw that Justin Tippin, I was like, Justin, you
Just-
motherfucker. You
Exactly, because
Yeah.
that was to me.
You got
it's-
excited at the end. I'm like, nigga, you're going to jail. What are you talking about? I'm so
Yeah.
excited. You're going to
got his
jail.
little hammer / sword. And,
Right,
yeah.
he's got his sword. So to me, if he had left there and found out that his mom had bought a new house or something, or a new car in the driveway or something like that, we're like, wait a minute, where did this money come from? And to find out that they sacrificed him, that would have helped me. But I don't know. To me, right now,
Like he show up and she be like, "You signed, right?" And he be like, "Bitch." Like, like
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Look
I also, so two things. I think that the if like for me again, like I'd like the tidbit of him dating the black girl, but I thought it would have been more interesting if he was dating like a white girl, and then maybe she was setting him up the whole time.
That's Get
to
Out.
That's
You know,
Yeah.
Joshua
was not happy with the
But
sentence.
also, I was like,
Justice for the
at the
black
end of it, the
girlfriend.
devil-
She's holding his
it's
ass
like the
down.
devil- it's
Joshua
like
is not happy with the current situation. He's like, this is
I
not
want a
reality.
white quarterback. I want a white girlfriend.
We already had that in Julian Fox. No, that black girlfriend. She had
Julian
every
Fox
right to
was
be
the
there.
white
No.
temptation.
And-
I feel like she was supposed to be like the temptress of
Right.
the Eve of the Adam and Eve situation. She was the one to make him bite the forbidden fruit and get him to sign and everything. That was her role.
They
And
were
she
together
played
since
her
high
role.
school too. He said we've been together since high school.
Yeah,
like
he did, yeah.
he was not playing with that black girl, and she was like, "I know he's taken. They need to know
Yeah.
that."
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know. She may not have been in and out, but we don't know.
No, I don't think
Because
she
just-
was in on it. Yeah, that's why I'm a little.
The
But also
structure
at
of
the
it
end,
could've
it was
been
the
better. That's
devil.
why I said
It was the devil who got
Who
him
blew
at
the
the
man
end
up?
because that.
yes.
Did you ever see Ready or Not?
Mm-mm.
So Ready or Not is it's a white movie about this girl who she's marrying into the family, and come to find out that this family has a certain ritual that they do. They sacrifice the bride
Yep.
of the family member or whatever, and she has to die by a certain time. And it's spoiler or whatever. She doesn't die. She survived, and it's because that they made a sacrifice. They put a sacrifice to a demon every such a years. If they don't, it's consequences, and the consequence is everybody in the family fucking blows up and die. The kids, the bloodline gets wiped out, and that's what happened at the end of the movie. Everybody just started exploding, and it was crazy. So I feel like he got that from that, where the sacrifice wasn't not the sacrifice, the contract wasn't fulfilled. So the person that set up the contract had to go.
That's why the wife had to go.
That's why he blew up.
That's actually really good. You're right. I have seen. I was like, wait a minute. I do remember Ready or Not.
Mhm. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It got old girl that was the babysitter, and she done been in a couple of horror movies. She looked like Margot Robbie.
She does look like Margot Robbie.
You know, they was all made in a lab somewhere.
All made in the
They all looking like Margot Robbie, the girl
Yeah, I
from
know
that
exactly
Jerry
what
Springer
I saw that
movie.
meme. The Jamie Presley, I think, is one of their names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
One of their names.
So
yeah.
they're
One
cyborgs.
of them.
There's no wigger. There's no wigger. So
Yeah.
so overall we liked the movie. I think Joshua had some issues with just the core
Yeah,
of
the
it.
core casting.
Core casting and the core breakdown.
No,
The
yeah.
core casting of it. Joshua had some issues with core
I wish
casting.
it was more structured and
I
had a
wish there
better
was more
ending.
structure.
Yeah.
I definitely Crystal wishes there was a better ending. I was gonna say less gore, but I just wish there was a better ending. I understand the psychological thriller part of it. Just
Yeah.
better ending. And just more. Just more.
More comments. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I wish there was more commentary about CTE. I thought there was
Yeah.
more about that, or there was going to be. To me, it just kind of felt a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, that was say more structure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
get why you say that, because one of the first things you see in the trailer is the headbutt and the brain
Mhm.
injury, and you just automatically think, oh, this is going to be about the dangers of CTE, which makes sense.
So do you
It had so
think
much
that they gave up?
potential.
Go ahead, Soleil.
Oh no, I was just saying it had so much potential. Personally,
Mhm.
I think that Tyreek Wither did a great job with what he had. I think he did a great job. And yes, that man is fine. So
Okay, and I'm gonna say mine, and I'm gonna
Throw
say
that
mine
in there.
too. I'm gonna say mine because I said it before we get.
Go ahead, do your thing, Crystal.
I said I think
like
that
Marlon.
Marlon Wayans did a good
You said
job.
Marlon was also.
And I was
fine.
like, well, damn, Marlon, how old is Marlon? Well, damn. I was like, and I think
but
Tyreek was
Marlon-
fine too. But Marlon Wayans, okay.
he's always been the fine Wayne, so we know that.
No, actually,
I've
Sean's
never heard
fine.
that before.
Well,
Sean-
I think that
the older brother's just finer Wayans.
Yeah,
Sean-
yeah,
it's-
Sean.
it's-
Yeah,
it's-
Sean was
it's-
definitely the fine. Yeah, Sean was
Yeah.
the.
But like, I do
Yeah.
want
I'm
to.
talking about Marlon. I think
There's
Marlon.
some discourse in there. It was always
That's
a discourse.
interesting.
But I do want to go back to something that Soleil and Mr. Rogers just said. Do you think that they gave up talking about CTE, talking about they gave up certain things for the gore, for the blood and the guts of it? You keep saying you wanted more. I feel
I don't
like,
think there's anything wrong with the gore.
but
I was having a great time.
did they
I
do
think
less
the NFL got
commentary?
involved.
Do they do less commentary on CTE, on young black men in football and all of that stuff?
That's
For-
what
I
I
love
was.
that. I love
waiting
The
that.
for.
core and the psychological thriller part of it.
I wanted more of the commentary on like black masculinity in sports. That's kind of what I was
Mhm.
Mm.
signing up
gave-
for. I don't feel like I
They
got.
they
needed
tap
that.
danced around it. We got
Yeah,
Right. I feel like
they tap dance around everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do more that they like, well, let's make it more of a psychological thriller and let's like tap dance on this part. Let's touch on this, touch on this, touch on this, but let's, like showcase round blood and guts.
That's why I want to see the directorial cut, because I want to see what was all cut. I want to see how it all flowed together. And I just feel like maybe the NFL did get involved at some point when it comes down to it, because they do not like talking about CTE. They even though they're trying to do everything they can, well, not really everything they can, but because you can't save people who don't want to be saved. There's a lot of people who want the NFL to go back to where it was 20, 30 years ago. They don't. There's a lot of penalties now for like roughing the passer. You can't you can't land on the quarterback. You can't hit the quarterback towards the head. When a receiver is going in the middle and they catch a ball, there used to be boys just come flying in out of nowhere and just hit them straight in their head before they even catch the ball, whatever. That is now called a defensive player penalty, and they teach it.
But again, too, a lot of these things are protecting quarterbacks only, which I think there's a kind of class structure to that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some of the other hits are like brutal on, like, you know what I'm saying?
Running backs.
Running back. Or even
running backs.
Even like the difference between white and black quarterbacks taking hits, I think.
Yeah. Cam Newton got tore up, but Tom Brady get a penalty. So it's like, it's so that, but what I was saying though about the, you can't save it. You can't save people who don't want to be saved. There are players who they like that. They were like, hell, there's no such thing as CTE to them. They don't know it until they have it.
Right. They don't care. They're just
gotta protect. They're trying to protect people who don't know how to protect themselves. So it's a slippery slope. I pretty much feel like they should have led with that and make it an actual horror around that, so it can be more of a conversation for it.
So I don't know. Okay, Concussion. I don't know if that movie changed things, but I do think that it definitely put a focus on it. And then that movie was based on a true story. That movie, the Concussion.
It's based on the doctor.
I heard it was pretty good though.
Yeah. It's based on the doctor that not invented, what's the word? But he discovered,
coined it. yeah. He discovered the link between it,
and he did help to put it to the forefront and say, this is something that these guys we need to take more of a look at this and see how we can help this, because we're not going to stop the football. They're not going to do that.
No, that's definitely true.
I do wish that they had more of a focus on the CTE, more of a focus on just like, I actually liked Jay's point about like young black men and in youth football, and how that's what I was like really interested in. Friday Night Lights part of it. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I didn't know that in football, like they don't. A lot of them didn't have like a plan B afterwards. I've been learning about it over the past few years. I didn't know that they just kind of get left to figure out the rest of their lives.
Because if you're a star,
only done it from like high school all the way, so they've never done anything else. That's
because if you're a star in a small town, or maybe not even a small town, if you're a star and you like that, they will let you skate through your classes. They will let you skate through. You don't have to worry about turning in homework. You putting up 200 yards tonight? Yeah, I bet you got an A. Don't have to worry about anything. So they don't learn anything. They get to college. If they can be a star in college, same thing. They have that whole little. They do a year in college and then go to the league.
They were
one and done.
They actually had people taking, or they had young girls taking their tests for them. They were dumb. They didn't know. They didn't know anything. They were just.
We call them dumb.
If you ever, it's a documentary.
Very specialized schooling, I think, is what it is, man. Because I think in Europe they do it differently, where they're like. They don't. It's not even like a fake, because a lot of this college for athletics is fake. It's just like they can almost go like professional, where it's just like, okay, they're 16, but they're good enough to go pro or play pro, so they're gonna have like a little bit of school or a little bit of like training in the morning, but then it's just like it's all athletics, which is like how they should do, because it's just like it's not fair to be like, all right, I'm here paying 60
Mhm.
grand the semester, and this guy's in my class and he's a running back. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's not the same.
ESPN 30 for 30 broke kind of shed a lot of light on that. So it's starting to change a little bit now. You starting to have more people with the mentality of, hey son, let's get you into this, or let's get you into financial class, because a lot of these guys, they did exactly that. They played their years in football. They might not even got hurt or nothing, but they didn't know how to handle their finances because they didn't go to school for it. And
Right.
they trust the wrong people. And now you have people that was like has some of the biggest contracts back then, broke as hell now. Because they didn't know how to invest, they didn't know how to treat their money. So
and to his point, like how Marlon Wayans viewed football, that's all he had. That's all, and I feel like the way he was yelling at Cameron's character is like, or at Cameron is like, that's how his father yelled at him. Football was his be all and end all, and he didn't have anything. Now he's on this compound in the desert.
Well, he also knew he was going to die too, though, because that's how he got his position. So he also knew that this was it for him.
That's a good point. That's a good.
Like
point.
he was like,
there's another movie Soleil called The Program. You got to watch the program.
Oh man, yeah,
the program.
Yeah.
Talks
Somebody
about
had a question at the bottom. Did we answer it?
I thought we did. Oh no, do we have the is this the one?
He said something about how, him definitely shed light on that factor on how Marlon viewed football after retirement. Did we just talk about that?
Yeah. Marlon wasn't gonna have no retirement. His retirement was death.
It was definitely commentary right there, quite honestly.
Yeah, because that's how a lot of pros. That is how a lot of pros look at retirement, though. That's a lot of old. Matter of fact, that's how my dad looked at retirement. He didn't. He wasn't playing for. He was working at a warehouse, and he was like, "Shit, if I stop working, who's gonna pay for this? Who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna do this?" It's death for him, basically. That was his mindset.
But to your point, like for instance, I come from a military family. It's this mindset of you've done one thing for 25 years. And then you don't do that anymore. So a lot, he got a job afterwards, and but you have to change your mindset. Like it's kind of a depressing thing. It's depression. Yeah. You have to really, like, especially in the military where somebody has trained you to do something, and now you're not doing that thing anymore. You've worked all your life to do that thing, and now you're not doing that anymore. So in Marlon Wayans, that's what that was his groomed to do. That's what he was groomed to do.
And I think football is an interesting thing too, because like this, I just saw like a documentary or something about this guy who Michael Irvin. He's a Hall of Fame receiver, and he was just talking about how after he retired, you do get kind of addicted to not even like the attention, but also just like the routine of it, and also like your professional career could be over at 41 for someone who, you know what I'm saying, or like let's say even say like 37. Like a lot of these guys don't make it 15 years in the league. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are done by 29, right? And it's just like, well, what do I do now? And I think that's a scary thing, man. Especially when you're scared.
Is that why so many of them go into being commentators? I'm asking.
Something to do. They still around the game. They can talk to their players. They can talk about sports and stuff like that. It's something, and it pays well for the most part. A lot of them get. I think Tom Brady just signed like the highest paid contract. I want to say before that was Tony Romo, but it is, you get your money and you still be around the game or whatever. Versus now I'm home and I'm just doing guest appearances at a mom and pop shop or something like that, because I did doing store openings because I played in this town.
And Joshua, you spoke earlier about modeling, like the model industry and stuff like that. One, there's a lot of black models, like to me, Iman and comes to mind and stuff like that. But even Tyra Banks. But to your point, their career might be over. Some at 28, some at 35. But they have how to pivot, how to am I going to be a spokesperson? Am I going to be a host? What am I going to do after this? Am I going to be That's why they create these. That's why they got to create these shows to find out how they're going to pivot to the next thing. You know,
I
The
mean,
entertainment industry in general. If you don't have something to back you up, then you ass out.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some of these kids coming out of high school creating OF fans, OF pages. So it's like, what is the game plan here?
right?
Like, you think you're gonna ride that wave for 20 years? You're not even trying to go to college, or you're not even trying to get a trade. You just
Right.
your body, and it's like, yo, you got to be a little smarter. You make money now, but
I
that's
just saw,
that's a dime a dozen too. So
Go ahead, Soleil.
go ahead.
I just saw, I think it was a TikTok or something on Instagram where somebody talked about how so many parents are very adamant about throwing their kids in football instead of allowing them to explore other avenues
Yeah.
and to utilize their other skills.
Mhm.
So even if you wanted your kids to go into entertainment or whatever, you can still be a camera operator, you can still do X, Y, and Z. There's so much that is a part of this particular industry that I don't think that people really take the time to think about. It's kind of a slippery slope, and it's a hard conversation because I don't think that we should just completely get rid of sports. But at the same time, I don't think that it should be the end all be all for a lot of these kids.
Right.
I think a lot of them think that is the only avenue that they have. And even if they're not somebody that's the most techie or whatever, because right now we're pushing a lot of STEM, which is okay. But I think that even the kids are kind of forgetting, like, yeah, you can also be an artist, not just an influencer, but an actual artist. You can do it in so many different ways. You can still include that technology aspect of it too. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about that as well.
When it comes to sports, it's hard to believe that 80 years ago, the NFL was a joke. People, they played football in college for fun, and then if you went to the NFL, you was pretty much laughed at because college was there to build your career and everything. They were like, you can go play football. Okay, screw your life, huh? Like when you go to college, what did you go to college for? And now it's the other way around. Like you doing all 4 years in college, bro. You better go. You must be trash. You gotta go to the league. You must be. That's how it is now. It was a quarterback. I forgot what his name was, but I think you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, Josh. He was in college for 5 years and went to the league. 5 years was the oldest rookie coming out of there. All the other rookies was like 19, 20. He was like 24. And it was like, oh, nah, he about to be trash.
The dude, Stetson Bennett, I think he's like 26 or something like that.
Like bro, you got what, 4 more good years?
Yeah.
But did he kill it though?
Right, I was about to say, but did you make that money in those 4 years?
He's rooting for you.
We were rooting for you.
He
This is gonna be a
disappeared.
good story.
Matter of fact, I think he went to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's where they go to die.
Wow. Where they go to die?
The Cleveland Browns is the quarterback graveyard.
Yeah.
Wow. So I do feel like that him could have touched on more of that. Like, what am I going to do after this? Especially as soon as they hit him in the head, I was like, well, what was his what was plan B? Like, that's it. Like, what's going on?
That was it.
Getting shape ups by his brother now. I don't even know what's going on.
He can't even. Hey, is it me or was the brother looking hella salty though? Like in that first interview, he was just back there like,
oh yeah, he was mad. The brother was mad.
I like that though.
I did too.
Did y'all see movie with Tom Cruise and
No, I haven't seen F2.
No, the movie with Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire. They had a hating ass cousin in that. I like that. Like the hating ass family member. Like, you know.
Oh, that was Ari Spears, ain't it?
Like, man,
I think so.
Ari Spears.
As a matter of fact. So now what would have been cool?
One thing Ari Spears could
do
do
you
was
see
play
Regina King smack the shit out of him?
Yeah,
when he was talking about his brother, I said, now that would have been cool. Now But see, we get a little bit of that family aspect. We know, okay, what's going on without knowing everything that's going on. We knew,
That's all evidence that there was kind of.
But I do think it's also a conversation about kind of how his brother had to end up playing the background. It's like he didn't even exist anymore. That's
right.
Yeah.
That sucks too.
And he was the older brother. He was the older
Yeah.
brother. Your baby brother is out here doing great things, and you,
Yeah.
because he said you walked away from the game. The mama, like, she snapped
Yeah.
on him so fast. It's like, you walked away from the game. I was like,
Right. We didn't even
You
see
ain't
him
the
as
favorite.
a kid. When he was a kid, we saw him Cameron in front of the TV. We didn't see him in the background. We didn't even know he had a little brother or big brother.
yeah.
Mhm.
So-
Oh,
I think
one-
they moved
one-
him out the way. I think he moved him out the way. I think so.
One thing I found hilarious, and this has nothing to do with the story, has nothing to do with the plot, but when they was doing the flashbacks and they were just showing Marlon Wayne's red carpet scenes, but they were just like doing like the cutter grade, because you could see the 50 Shades of Grey in the back of one of the red
No, I
carpet
didn't
scenes.
see
I
that.
said, go back and watch it.
I don't remember.
They didn't even
Amazing.
try to manipulate it. They were just showing photo ops of Marlon Wayne's real life.
Yeah. And I could- I
I'm like, hey,
knew-
it's cheap. It's cheap.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Yes.
I knew that it was him in the real life. I knew that this was him at his other red carpet events, because there was one scene where he was like kind of serious, and I was like, "These are real. This is y'all. You didn't post for this." But I didn't see the 50 Shades of Grey sign. That would have been funny.
That was hilarious, because you can see like the 50 Shades. I was like, is that the red carpet for 50 Shades of Grey? I was
Yep.
like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's wow.
I do think it's a testament. I think Mr. Rogers was saying like so much of this got cut. Like I do want to just see that director's cut, or just why, because I think there is a lot that was just left on the cutting room floor that I felt like maybe the director
It's not working
had
for you.
more of the writer, but it was just
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Joshua.
Fight for your life over there. You just talking.
I'm trying to, but I'm not trying to laugh. But I'm like, what's happening?
But yeah,
wouldn't say
I'd
that
like to
until
see
she
a
was like-
director's cut or something like that.
Yeah,
I
got
would
you.
like to see the director's cut. That always fascinates me, especially
Matter of
movies
fact.
like this
I
that
don't know why that's other
that
stuff.
depends so much on the blood and the thriller part of it. What was
Mhm.
cut? What didn't you add to devote more time to the gore and the blood part of it? That's what scenes did we miss to devote time to that other part?
All
That's
right, so the director's cut, I just looked it up. The director cut releases for the movie Him is included in the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and DVD versions. Going to be released on November 11th,
Okay.
2025. So
okay.
yeah, we got less than a month. Maybe
We might have to talk about that.
watch it.
This was amazing. This was great. To everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for you guys for coming in and stopping in and making comments. I really appreciate that. We love that. We are going to be doing Tales from the Crypt and Candyman. Candyman 2, but we're going to be touching on Candyman 1 because
Okay,
we
so we'll see 'em both.
cannot.
I
We
can't
cannot.
We're
I
not
can't
doing the
afford to watch.
remake.
We can do
No,
the
we
remake.
are.
Yeah. The remake.
Good. Okay.
Candyman 2 is the remake, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not called Candyman 2.
It's just Candyman.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
Candyman.
Yeah, no.
Candyman 2020. We said it too many times.
Wait a
Hold
minute.
on.
Candyman.
Yo,
has so
shit.
many other movies after.
Whoa. We're saying it too
I'm
many times.
just saying.
Just say
Hop off
C-Man. Just say
this
C-Man.
podcast, Right.
Just say C-Man. We
I'm
said
not
it too
playing.
many times already.
You're right. Oh my God.
We looking
Right.
in a mirror and everything. You're like, come on now. Like,
What is a webcam but a mirror?
she looking like y'all super serious. Yes. That movie
I'm not.
traumatized me as a kid.
But that movie,
There was multiple movies after the first one.
It was.
the
It was Day of the
remake-
Dead
The remake
and the
is not
three.
the two. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
four other movies after the first.
So we got to see
I didn't know
C-Man
that.
2022.
There's a lot.
C-Man
Yeah.
2022 is the remake, and then C-Man OG.
right?
See, man.
Because I'm not watching the Day of the Dead or it was
Yeah.
Day of the Dead and it was something else.
And then
It
we're
was
also
a
We
third
should
one.
do Bones. We should do Bones.
Oh, Bones, Jimmy Bones, that you? Jimmy Bones, that you? I watched that movie so many times, bro.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
it's so
I used to love
good.
that movie.
okay.
Y'all never seen Bones?
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
It's bad, but it's good.
Yeah. How bad did Pam Grier need a bag? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And Pam Grier looked good in that movie when they went back to the 70s.
She
I was
did.
like,
No, she did. She did. She looked
Hey.
great. Yeah. She had the big dreads and everything. She looked good.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're doing. C-Man 2, C-Man 1, and Bones.
No. And I thought you said Tales from the
It's
Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt
Tales
and
from the
Seaman.
Crypt.
Or Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Hood?
I've
Tales from the
never
Hood. Sorry,
seen
Tales from the
it.
Hood.
How do we-
Tales from the Hood.
How do we see it? Is it
Tales from the Hood is
We're
on.
gonna wrap this up.
I want to
Tales
say Tales
from
from
the
the Hood is
Hood.
on Prime Video.
Tales from
I
the
wanna say
Hood.
it's-
I'd rather see Tales from the Hood than Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, Tales from the Hood. Now, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight is good with Jada Pinkett, but
Ooh.
Tales from the Hood is look at Sue. we can.
So Tales from the Hood,
Mhm.
Seaman 2 and Seaman 1. That's
Yes.
that's gonna be the next show. We will be
Okay, I'm sorry. We have to
The remake.
clarify. When you
The
say
remake.
thank you. Because I
Seaman
don't know.
OG,
Yeah.
Seaman OG, and then Seaman 2022.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna know
because
which
you're right.
direction
Especially
to
Crystal
No,
out.
that's right. I was saying it too many times. I'm not playing with y'all. Like, shout out to Tony Todd. Like, whew.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Oh,
Tony Todd. You
man.
traumatized me.
R.I.P. D'Angelo.
Traumatized the shit out of me as a kid.
Man,
Exactly.
what?
This how much he. Yeah, R.I.P. D'Angelo. This is how much Tony Todd traumatized me. I saw Seaman, couldn't sleep for like weeks. I was scared as hell. Then, like years later, Final Destination came out. Didn't even know he was in it. When they went to his scene, I left. I was like, I'm not doing this. I just got over this. Like, no. So
You know what? He was such a sweet man too.
he
That's so
is,
funny.
yeah, he was.
Wow.
So
Wow. Y'all, thank you. So that's what's on the roster for next time. And please stay tuned. You guys are you're gonna hear, we'll be faster with the link. I swear this week's been crazy. So but please stay tuned. There's gonna be more coming. And then we're also in the next couple months, we're gonna not do so much gore and horror and stuff like that. We're gonna start talking about a retrospective of Black film and Black directors and really get into Black filmmakers, and we're really going to get into that too. I know that Soleil may not want to, but we also are going to do Get Out, and before to end up this series, Get Out and Skeleton Key.
Skeleton Key.
Skeleton Key.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie. So Soleil, you got to see Skeleton Key.
One of these days.
But
It's on Tubi. I think Skeleton Key is on Tubi, if I'm not mistaken.
so
It might
that's what's on the roster currently is Tales from the Hood, Seaman 1, Seaman 2, and Skeleton Key and Get Out. And then after that, we're going to start talking about a retrospective of Black films and Black filmmakers and Black directors. And we're really gonna do more of this. So thank you so much.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun, y'all. This was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.